Just because I poke fun at the stories I read and or fan art featured in my videos doesn't mean that anyone should harass the creators of anything featured in this show. Cyberbullying is a serious issue that damages people emotionally and psychologically, sometimes to the point of self-harm and or suicide. Please keep any and all criticism constructive and reasonable for all parties involved. Thank you. Hey guys, what is up? This is Gothcat bringing you episode 6 of Not Sure If Troll, the show where I read crappy pastas which could be intentionally bad troll pastas for all we know. In this episode, I'll be reading Walking Down Main Street. Now, I don't think this is about going around a city or anything like that, but I think it's mainly about couple of boys pretty much going all destructo on their playthings, and one of them coming back to life as some sort of demon thing. I'm not really sure. So, let's see. You'll see when I read this story. Now, without further ado, enjoy the show, guys. When Riley and I were kids, we had a cruel yet entertaining hobby, smashing toys to bits. I know what you're probably thinking. There is nothing wrong with that. Well, you best rethink that. We smashed a lot of toys. There was the Triceratops, Bumblebee. However, the one I remember most is the Wowie Walker mech with the Spider-Man paint scheme. He would sing, he's walking down Main Street, he's walking down Main Street, and he's gonna die. Then our feeble 7-year-old feet would send the innocent walker 6 to 7 feet across the lush green lawn. It was a night like any other. The exciting release into winter break was welcomed by Riley inviting me to stay the night at his house. The first thing we did was mess with his 3 Spider-Man action figures in differing sizes to make a crude joke about Spider-Mom and Spider-Dad's son jumping into the dark abyss, otherwise known as off his bunk bed, then covering the son in red food coloring. Then we pretended that the son was a gun and the dad used him to shoot back his flipping Yoda into hell. Then we took the food coloring and wrote fake messages from our favorite creepypasta character, Jeff the Killer. Later that night, Riley and I watched Doctor Who until the bitter claw of sleep grabbed us and pulled us away. The next morning, I woke to the sound of wailing from Riley's baby brother, Kyler. I hoped nothing happened to him. I laid on the top bunk trying to think about what happened to the poor kid, then instantly the walker popped into my mind. I quickly dismissed it. Eventually, I woke Riley up. As the day continued normally until we started throwing his Burger King Star Wars toys out the window. First the Yoda who was sent to hell, then a female character I'm not certain of her name, finally a small spaceship that says, "You know how to fly this thing, right?" Clearly the pilot didn't. We then searched for them. Yoda lay on the bare, faintly snowy ground. The ship lay upon a small dirt mound, but the girl, despite her pathetic jump, didn't lay where she had landed, instead at least 6 feet away. When we went outside to retrieve the toys, the girl was gone. With further inspection, we found her behind the house with her head smashed clean open. Then we both thought it. The walker. Over by the shed was a stick marking the shallow and crude grave of the walker. We didn't dare dig the grave. We knew it was Riley's stepdad Kevin would chew us out, so we left it there to continue its decomposition. However, we were both sure and well discussed that mechanical abomination had escaped its tomb. We dismissed it, until on his video camera we took a video. We swore we saw the walker. The screen went black, and we watched the video. Nothing but static. When I decided it was time to go, I found there was no one to pick me up, so I began the 400-foot walk home. I was followed by an unholy whir as if spattered from an ugly machine from the late 1900s. It grew louder as I looked to find absolutely nothing. Have you heard the voice on the premium walker? Well, I heard it. Guess what it said? It sang our crude jingle from the destruction of the once innocent walker. I should never have heard it. I looked again to find the walker holding a knife. My tranquil walk burst into a sprint. As I got home, I grabbed my BB gun and shot its mask open, nailing it in between its eyes, and I sent it walking down Main Street once again. But with my brute 12-year-old force, it flew right into the street to be smashed by an SUV. As I walked inside, I apologized for what I had done to the poor walker. Oh god, this just seems so fucking random. Obviously, it's not gonna stand a chance as a serious creepy big pasta, cause, well, it's a bit too ridiculous, and there's a bunch of grammatical and maybe a few spelling errors. As for its potential as a troll pasta, it also falls a bit flat because, like I've said in previous episodes, when making a troll pasta, you either do as much of the spelling and grammar correctly as you possibly can to make sure every little thing is correct, or you fuck it up as much as possible. You know, you can't go in the middle and just fuck up, make scattered errors like that, you know, because then we have no clue if it was a genuine effort or a troll. So, obviously this one is a bit of a short story, so... Okay, let's see. Alright, next time, in the next episode, I will be reading a story called Pinkamena. As for my next upload, get ready for an all-new episode of Totally Overrated, where I read the second half of Jeff the Killer. Riveting. This is Gothcat signing out. Thank you, and goodbye.